Chapter 9. The day dawned. Rayon left the annex building with the luggage he had prepared beforehand. Sylvia and the maids were lined up in the garden, waiting for him. "See you later." Sylvia got dewy-eyed as Rayon waved his hand under their worried gaze. "I'm glad that I'm going alone." If Sylvia tagged along, he wouldn't have reached the training ground. It was a relief that only trainees were allowed on the training ground. "Lady Sylvia, you going to part with the young master with that expression?" Sylvia's expression loosened up at Helen's remark. "Rayon." Sylvia fidgeted as she stood in front of Rayon. She was still worried, but she couldn't tell him to give up anymore. "Because I saw what kind of child he is." Rayon didn't skip training for a single day over the past month, even as he withstood the ice within his mana circuit. He ran over and over, every day, while breathing out that painfully cold breath. She couldn't send off a child who strived so earnestly with a sad look. "Good luck, Rayon." Sylvia smiled, trying to control her wavering mind and her worries. "Thank you." Rayon nodded, then turned back. Without delay, he started walking towards the 5th training ground. Is he going to be all right? He got a lot better. He might even pass the training at this rate. I'm not even wishing for that. I just want him to come back safe and sound. That would be for the best. Sylvia and Helen didn't stop looking at Rayon's back, which got farther and farther away. They prayed for his safe return, regardless of the result. The 5th training ground looked like a long box, as tall walls preventing the view from the outside formed a rectangle around the area. To the right side of the entrance there was an outdoor gymnasium, covered in fine soil. And to the left side there was an indoor gymnasium with a roof. Rayon looked around the training ground, then looked at the children lined up at the center. Just as I've heard, there are a lot of them. Despite it being still early, over 100 children were warming up all around the training ground. He had heard that there were that many people every time because there were children recommended from the outside or vassal families, on top of Sieghart's direct line and the collaterals. They said there were more people than usual this time. Helen had told him that the 6th training ground could also be used that year because of how many people there were. Crunch. He turned around at the snapping sound. A round-faced child with green hair was eating crackers. "Do you want some?"